5 steps client Jess took to lose over 7 stone in less than 12 months. Hey team, and welcome to this week's episode of The Inspired Show. The show that is dedicated to helping you become the best version of yourself, physically as well as mentally. Before we delve into this week's amazing episode full of gold, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you've not done so already, so you stay up to date with all our latest episodes. Smash a like on this video because it's going to help so many people, and let me know any big takeaways in the comments down below, and show Jess some love in the comments as well because she's done an absolutely incredible job. And don't forget to share this with somebody who's going to benefit as well. I've also linked all our social media pages in the description below because we post content every single day helping you become that best version of yourself, and we've linked our exclusive community that is full of all the help and support you need to achieve your goals, from workouts, meal plans, recipes, emotional eating toolkit, stress busting toolkit, sleep optimization, as well as exclusive access to our Zoom trainings as well. So this week's episode is all about Jess's transformation, and as I'm sure you agree, she's done incredibly well. 7 stone in less than 12 months. And not just physically transforming, but mentally, emotionally, and confidence-wise transforming as well, and making it a real long-term change. And we're going to go through some steps that Jess took to achieve this absolutely incredible result. And if you apply these steps, there's no reason why you cannot get amazing results as well. So the first step that Jess took was addressing one of the biggest reasons that she was always staying stuck, and that was her mindset. And this is something that a lot of people often avoid. A lot of people, when they look to change their physique, to lose weight, to get into shape, they'll almost certainly always start with a diet, some sort of workout, some sort of club to get them where they need to be. But what they're doing is they're bypassing a major component in real lifestyle change, which is your mindset. Because mindset is something that holds a lot of people back. Now, some of the challenges that we faced for Jess was things like self-sabotage, lack of self-belief, and lack of confidence in achieving her goals. So we had to start building up a stronger mindset so she could do the things that she needed to do in order to achieve her goals. So how did we do that? Well, when it came to self-sabotage, we identified the areas of her life and in her journey that she was sabotaging herself. That was often maybe rewarding herself with food. It was maybe giving into food at the end of a stressful day. And it was giving her the tools and techniques to address those situations. With lack of self-belief, it was actually building up a confidence with small goals and targets to begin with to show her that she could do it. And when she could do that, we'd reinforce that she did it. We celebrated those wins, and that inevitably started building up confidence for her to build up that belief as well. And by building this stronger, resilient mindset, that was an absolute game changer when it came to building up that consistency that led to a transformation. The second thing that we looked at was building up a better relationship with food. And this again falls into that mindset aspect of things, because for a lot of people, they have a really poor relationship with food. They see foods as either good foods or bad foods. And they often end up in a cycle of restricting the foods that they feel are bad foods, that aren't productive towards their goals, and trying to focus solely on what they believe are the good foods. But what this ultimately does, it creates a cycle of restrict and binge, which for anybody looking to lose weight is not very productive whatsoever, because you end up yo-yo dieting. So what we actually did was we started to heal her relationship with food and build up a better relationship with food. So how did we do that? Well, we started breaking it down. First things first, we stopped labeling foods good or bad foods, and we started looking for what they were. They were more nutritious foods and less nutritious foods, and that was a big game changer for us. Whilst it is beneficial to have more nutrient-dense foods, that doesn't mean we have to cut out the less nutritious foods, and getting a balance of that was a game changer. Alongside that, we incorporated these foods as and when we needed them. So when we craved it, we had it. We satisfied that craving rather than trying to fight that urge, which ultimately would lead to more binging later down the line. And this was a complete game changer for Jess. It helped her manage her food a lot better and stay consistent with her food as well. We also avoid terminologies like cheat meals and cheat days, because again, that builds up a really bad relationship with food. We did have some higher calorie days, some lower calorie days, higher calorie meals, lower calorie meals, but we looked at the average alongside her food, and that in itself helped build a better relationship with food. The third thing that we did is we stopped using food as a cope mechanism to deal with life's day-to-day stresses. And this is something that a lot of people really struggle with. When they're stressed, when they're overwhelmed, they use food as a way to make them feel good because it gives them that gratification. It makes them feel good in that moment. And we've all been there when we've had a really stressful week, a really challenging day, and we find comfort in the food, in the takeaway, in the chocolate. So what we started to do was bring awareness to the times of her day, of her week, of when we were craving this gratification. And because we built awareness around that, we were able to put things in place to help her overcome using food as a way to deal with that, having better coping mechanisms. And coping mechanisms are going to vary from person to person, but basically finding something that gives you gratification, makes you feel good in the moment to help you stay on track and manage these stressful situations. The fourth thing that we did is we created a realistic calorie target. We didn't restrict the calories massively. We created a 10% deficit that was sufficient enough to help Jess facilitate a fat loss phase. And then it's about being consistent. And when you create a smaller deficit, you do end up being more consistent because it's a lot more manageable, it's a lot more enjoyable, and you're fueled up as well. Alongside that, you're nourishing your body, you're giving it the vitamins, minerals, and fiber that it needs to not just survive, but to actually thrive. And the last thing, number 5, was giving her the support and accountability that she needed, because going your own, you can only go so far. When you go with somebody else, you can go a lot further. And this is something that a lot of people often neglect. They often neglect that help and support, whether that's due to their lack of self-belief that they can follow through and do the things they're doing, whether it's because they're limiting self-belief around investment within themselves, or whether it's thinking they can do it themselves. But ultimately, if you are watching this right now and you've been failing again and again and again, getting the right help, support, and accountability can be an absolute game changer. Because when you've got the right support and accountability, it's like a fast track to your destination. Imagine you were driving in a car and you didn't have a sat nav and you're trying to read a map and you've never read a map before in your life. You're probably first thing trying to figure out which way the map goes around, and it'll take you a lot longer to get to your destination if you don't know how to read a map, let alone know where the destination is. So having help and support and accountability is actually having a sat nav versus a map that you don't know how to read. Yes, it'll take time to get to your journey, but you'll get there a lot faster than you would do without that sat nav. So making sure you get the right support will get you there faster. As well as that, having the right support will pick you up when you're feeling down. They'll help you understand what these challenges are, how they're impacting you, and how to deal with them better. But also giving you that accountability to show up when you don't feel like showing up, to help remind you of why you're on your journey. And when you've got the right help, support, and accountability, it can be an absolute game changer to helping you reach your goals. Now, I guarantee if you look at these 5 steps and you start implement these 5 steps, it'll be an absolute game changer for you getting amazing results like Jess did as well. Now, on the note of help and support accountability, we have also opened up spaces in our March intake of the Built to Inspire program. So if you'd like more information on that, please drop me a message on any of our social media pages and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. We'll have a little bit of a chat. We'll see what your goals are, what you need help with, and to see if we can help you achieve those goals as well. But guys, thank you so much for joining in. Don't forget to subscribe if you've not done so already. Smash a like, leave a comment, and hit the share button as well.